and they have a tough matchup ahead of them.
Yep, they have a tough matchup in the sense of the team that they're facing, who came off a big win yesterday.
Indeed.
And they have a tough matchup in this game off of the draft, I have to say. I think some of the concerns that BSJ in particular had with them, I really look at it the same way. I've seen Crystallis when he has a free game on his Monkey King, and this lane has to be one of the easiest of... I'm thinking of lane matchups we've seen in this tournament so far, team versus team. This has to be on paper one of the single easiest lane a player has. Disruptor, Monkey King against what I'm assuming will be Doom, Shadow Demon, or Doom Clock. Either way, that lane is very, very easy for the Monkey if you don't mess up. And it's entirely possible that what Brian was talking about will happen. So that for me is the lane to watch, because if Waska somehow come out ahead in that lane or do just fine, I have much higher hopes for them. But I'm a little bit worried that that lane is going to be an absolute landslide win for Crystallis, and then his hero. Look at the matchups for Monkey King this game. Quad melee hero, of which 3 are cores. All of them need to come up nice, close, and personal to do their damage. And he's going to be working together with a BKB Piercing Disable for 9 class to just set them up for him very nice and easy in that ring.
Okay, so what needs to happen for that off lane to not be an abject disaster? I'm assuming it's going to have to be you need a good neutral creep?
Yeah, I think if you could somehow get the ice armor, that's probably the single best thing that can happen to Doom against Monkey King. It's either that or...
Harpy creep?
Harpy... I don't actually know if you can afford that in this lane. I don't know if you have enough mana to really get that done. Yeah, but I feel like that is the way. You have to find a good creep on the Doom and get a little bit of head start with that. But obviously the first wave or 2 is fine. This lane starts getting difficult when Monkey King hits level 3. That's when it gets really dangerous, but even on level 2 with Disruptor, you can be in trouble with Thunderstrike into Glimpse. But yeah, Sacred will definitely have a bit of presence to begin with.
All right, well, they did block out the Easy Camp, but the Easy Camp spawn behind the tower does have a Harpy Stormcrafter. If you want to make a trip all the way back. What the fuck is
this is a good emote. This one goes in the sticker collection for Lacoste, I think.
Dude, that's 100% a sticker.
Such a
what
good
the
sticker.
hell is he doing?
I don't know. Maybe it's like the inverse mewing. He's too much Giga Chad, so he has to soften up his jawline. I don't know. Sorry, I completely lost track of the question.
Yeah, me too.
With that
I know, I didn't ask
snapshot.
a question. All I said was there was a Harpy Stormcrafter
right.
up at the top of the map.
Yeah, he doesn't have Devour yet, so he skilled the Infernal Blade level 1. Trying to put that to a bit of use here. I'm not quite sure just
many denies already.
how much that does. Yeah. 2 on Ducalis and 2 on Crystallis, so should be an experience advantage for that lane up top. And this mid lane, Tiny versus any melee hero, is, historically speaking, very Tiny favored. I think a lot of the mid matchups now are more even-ish, but I do think if Dark Mago plays this one cleanly, he could pull ahead a little bit against no one. And this is Dark Mago's best hero of all time, in my opinion. I think if you put me on the spot and said who is the best mid-Tiny, if you could pick player-hero combination for that one mid, I would probably choose him. His Tiny is exceptionally good. And all aspects of the game. I'm curious to see if he goes for the build that we saw last game from Laurel, which I think is what you should do on Tiny. I think in Valachia, I think I saw 2 or 3 Tiny games and they went like Dagger, Echo, BKB or something. And I'm just like, where's the Conda? You know?
Yeah.
I think this hero for me as a mid hero, you go Blink Conda, no questions asked. It's how you stay relevant in the game. It's how you keep being an assassin that finds these big picks in the game. And I mean, otherwise, why did you pick Tiny over a lot of other heroes if you're going to go Blink Echo?
Sure.
BKB. It's just, I don't think the payoff is there. So, hope to see that from Dark Mago here on the Tiny.
If he doesn't go that build, will that lower your accreditation of him as the best Tiny in the world?
I need to be really careful with how strong my opinions are compared to a master of the hero, right? Let's put it this way, okay? In order for me to not think that is the best build, I need to see a clear reason in the game.
Sure.
So if there's like something where I'm like, okay, this makes sense, this is not a Conda game, I just think it should be the default, and you deviate because there's something that forces you to. Think of it that way.
That's fair.
That's my take on that for now.
Well, Doom lane is not going the hottest.
It's also not completely terrible. I mean, he's going to get level 3 now on Sacred, but so is Crystallis, and that's when the real challenge begins. A lot of the time, Doom against Monkey King, you can kind of like somewhat, you know, it's never a good lane, but maybe you can like stay afloat, you can play a little bit on your, you know, you come in, you take a CS here or there, you get the Doom or the Devour creep and play off that, but against Disruptor, I think it's just so much harder. Every time you go for a CS, you know you could get glimpsed back. And correct me if I'm wrong, how's that interaction with Disruption? If you glimpse someone and disrupt them, they do arrive where the glimpse is, right?
Yes, I believe so. It'll show the disruption where it's at, but once it's done, you'll pop out at the glimpse.
Because I think there was some sort of interactions with Disruption, or with glimpse, that used to be different than they are now. Like, you used to always be able to pull Puck out of phase shift.
Yep.
That one you cannot do anymore. Puck can phase shift dodge glimpse, which is just completely changed that matchup, to be honest. It went from being a counter pick to not at all with that one interaction change. But yeah, we'll see about the disruption. I do think when you get hidden by a teammate that you also do arrive. I think it's the same with Astral Imprisonment too. Pretty sure you come out where this was. Nice cogs here from Yadomi. We'll get 1 mana burn off only, unfortunately. But
so right now it looks like Waska is losing all 3 of their lanes, but not by a massive amount. I mean, the Broodmother is definitely doing much better than the Doom. But again, it feels like everyone's keeping it pretty close.
Dark Mago's taking a beating here. They're both running a little bit low on resources though, but yeah, he's the one hero that's doing the best for Waska, so I think a lot of their potential in this game to stabilize this from what could be a very rough start will be coming from the mid-tiny to make some good rotations. See him maxing out the toss here, using that to try to equalize the pressure against the Pango in the mid lane. Does mean when you're ganking, perhaps don't have the best combo with a toss, but it's still, generally speaking, good enough. Oh, this would be a big move. He does not know this is coming, I think, on Dark Mago, or does he?
Playing a little passive.
He's not sure.
And
if he goes for CC's.
Clockwork is moving around the jungle area. I have to imagine he's giving you some information, but not enough, apparently. Shadow Demon's going to come in late. Disruption goes out, but he comes back in. He's got no HP left. He's just going to die anyway. That'll be first blood for 9 class.
Yeah, they even bring in Ducalis there. And with the expectation that Waska is going to respond, they just bring the numbers as well so they can counterplay the response. Ducalis, I think, might have been able to glimpse Shadow Demon up top there, but he chose not to. Even, or at least I would like to think he chose not to, which I think is a better play anyway. Keep him here. Now Doom plays against Monkey King. Good luck. You know, you don't have to send that guy back. If anything, it's nice for your team that now when you move as Disruptor, if Shadow Demon doesn't mimic the move, you just find an easy kill. And you can see Ducalis already preparing to make a little bit of a movement up toward that top area. Now Doom is under his tower, so relatively safe for now. But once this wave pushes out, that's when trouble comes around. He can dispel... This is actually not a bad creep here. The Purge. So he can dispel Thunderstrike.
Yeah.
And then maybe he can get out of vision for Glimpse.
He can also get rid of Jingu, can't he? After you get the stacks is when it can be dispelled.
Oh, true. You can use it offensively against Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, not bad. I don't know if I've seen people use that interaction before. I mean, we've seen Purge used plenty on Doom, but I don't know if I've seen it against Monkey King. Ducalis.
They cut him off and get a punishment here. Looks like Sacred's going to try and do that. Crystallis,
they'll just sell him.
He's like, sorry, man, I've tried to help you. He's still going to try and help.
They won't sell him. Okay, nice stun.
3-man stun, setting things up. If only they could catch heroes. They're all just lined up and blocking each other. Very awkward. No one's going to come in with the Thunder. Nice toss away. Wait a minute. Still going to get hit, though.
And that kind of just
too much damage.
Gave Matthew's position away as well.
Kind of did. But at least it wears out and they get hit by the avalanche from Dark Mago. Yodomi's still going for the kill. TP coming in from the spend. They're bringing more and more heroes here. They toss them together. Does Pake have a stun? He stuns them both together. Yodomi's hitting away into the trees, trying to stay away from Crystallis, not let him get those stacks. He gets the stacks. He turns around, helps get the Shadow Demon kill. Now he kills Yodomi as well. Pake is still trying to get this last
no way,
pickup.
don't tell me.
Don't let him get away. No, he's into the trees. He's out.
So good.
Oh, because he got the Jingu stacks required, he gets 2 kills and gets away.
It's those little details. He dodged, I think, one Sven swing with Mischief, And I think that was the little bit of damage that was missing in the end. Pyke would have killed him with one more hit, and he couldn't get it off just at the end there. So beautiful. There's a lot of things in that situation that's so high skill. The execution of everything that Chrysalis did, but also just the decision-making to go for that play. Yeah. To begin with, when there was the chase going on Disruptor, Chrysalis felt strong enough to go for the original 2v3. And then when the fight developed, he still didn't back down and just maximized everything he could out of his hero there. Really, really nicely done. And look at how much space this generates. This is the biggest problem for Waska, is whenever you make a rotation to top or mid, you know by default you're losing bottom when you do it. So imagine if you also lose the fight. And that's exactly what happened there. So this was a major, major loss. Now top 3 very comfortably sitting on Parivision. The supports are also a little bit ahead, especially 9 Class is having a great game.
And there's just not much playmaking to be done for Waska, right? It's like Clockwork is a ways away from level 6. Dark Mago's not going to be having Blink Dagger anytime soon. So,
yeah,
like, how do they even fight offensively? You know, they can maybe defensively play around some towers. Parivision does some diving like they did, but as far as actively, you know, setting up kills and stuff, they really don't have much.
No. It's definitely tough, and you gotta find Yodomi some levels here. Even then, yeah, I have a little bit of a tough time visualizing them initiating fights right now. I mean, this is a nice little bit of a pick-me-up to kill all those spiders, but there's... Yeah, how do you initiate a fight in general? You don't have Demonic Purge, so you can't use that to catch up. Clock's level 4. No blink on Tiny or Sven. So yeah, the enemy team effectively kind of have to walk into you, and they will.
They are gonna run at you, and you're gonna get glimpsed back, and there's not a damn thing you could do about it. Just a terrible situation, and the more they keep the Tiny down, just the more comfortable Parivision is going to be that there's really not ever going to be a rebuttal from Waska. There's never going to be a play where they overextend themselves and like, oops, we, you know, stumbled into a big Tiny combo.
Yeah, this is definitely the makings of a very one-sided game right now. Waska have to... I think they have to flat out just dodge away and give Clockwork a lane. Clock needs 6, Shadow Demon needs 6, Sven needs to farm whatever jungle he can while they are laning, and then Doom or Tiny are gonna die. That's probably what's gonna happen, because they need to go and... It just sounds so bad to say it out loud, but like, what's the alternative? You're gonna have to lose something somewhere. And if you keep bleeding...
Oh, Yodomi.
Oh, Shadow Demon got his 6 now. They're gonna try to find DM, but he's gonna break it and get out.
Low ground.
Spiders are taking the tower almost. It's not really much to write home about for Waska right now. That's the risk you take when you run a strategy like this, and I'm really with Brian when it comes to the draft. This early pick Doom, and then you did not ban Chrysalis' Monkey King. Definitely opening the door to something that Parivision are very comfortable with. Uh-oh.
Sacred is going to come in from behind, so they might be able to get this kill on 9 Class. Purging him to slow him down. Lasso TP away. That's not going to work. Cute 9 Class,
nice
but
try,
not the right situation for it.
That's a little bit of breathing room for Waska. That's a cooldown, unavailable now. They buy some time for their Sven and their Doom. And especially for this guy. I think Dark Mago needs to get level 10 and needs to get his Blink.
Yeah.
That's how you unlock your lineup a little bit, because then you can do like tossback plays, you can do single target burst on the Disruptor and maybe build a fight out of that.
Everybody out of mid.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
leave.
don't stop taking Yodomi's experience. I really don't like this, by the way. This might seem kind of trivial that they're just crossing the map like this, but let Clock have solo XP and cross through the jungle instead. Like, they're just delaying this hookshot by so much. It hurts my Clock-loving soul to see this hero level 5 minute 12. This is personally my most played hero of all time, and I know how Yodomi's feeling right now. It is a good hero for me. It is very mechanical and very...
It's your most played hero.
It's a robot hero, yeah. It is.
It's my most played hero.
Is it really?
I have 666 games of Clockwork right now.
All right. This is officially a challenge. I think you have more games than me. Let's see who has the better win rate. That's what's more important.
Probably not me. Sacred glimpsed back into a Static Storm. He is the Dunzo. 54%.
All right. I have 57% with 783 games.
Oh. All right, but when I catch up to...
Sit the fuck down! All right, there goes the mid tower. Dark Mago tried for the deny, but it did go to the spiders. And of course, they also found the Doom kill, so bad turns to worse as Yodomi will finally... No! Let him get level 6! Guys, please! Fair fight!
If they take the Wisdom Rune from him...
Oh my god, don't tell me.
Parivision sets up, man.
They very well could. If they wanted to right now and smoked over there, I think it's theirs. I cannot imagine a good fight for Waska in that area right now if the enemy team is smoked, but looks like they are not going to try it. Maybe they didn't. They do have a smoke on Ducalis, and they have all their spells except Monkey King ults. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I guess also Static Storm being on cooldown. Still, I think it would have been theirs, but it's okay. You're the winning team. You don't have to get absolutely everything when you're winning.
They own a massive amount of the map right now. They still have this tier 1 safe lane tower. They're pushing in mid aggressively, and Broodmother obviously owns the bottom lane. Like, nobody's going to show up to bottom lane unless it's with numbers to try and kill Brood.
Oh, Dark Mago. 9 class has a really good angle here. He's just dead.
Popped out.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, he messed up.
Doesn't get the lasso. They get the glimpse back.
He stays.
And he does stay there.
Okay. That's actually very important. That makes SD a lot better against the Tripwire.
Pink is going to come in. Okay, never mind. Rolling Thunder. Now he's going to get lassoed as well. DM's going to focus on trying to bring down this Sven with the physical damage, and looks like they've got him.
Okay, this fight.
They clean up the fight really easily. The Doom onto the Monkey King is going to run out. They're not going to get that kill. The toss was a last-bit attempt at the hook shot. He finally hit level 6, but for what?
Oh my god.
He could have had a double.
They shouldn't have given him that experience, man. What a waste. Do they have another glimpse here?
I think they do. I think it's coming back up.
Scouted out by the Spiderlings. Well, I don't think they can kill him. But.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was Waska's first real team fight, and it was worse than not fighting, so...
That is true.
Make no mistake, if you're just tuning into DreamLeague and you're like, all right, there's just a total class difference. Waska have looked really good in this tournament so far. They've very much impressed, but this is probably their worst individual game yet. So, unless they get this sorted out, as Ducalis will finally be a casualty here for Dark Mago. I'm not expecting Waska to have many games like this in this tournament. I think this one, like Brian said, maybe a little bit too cute in the draft. The lanes did not go well, and by the nature of these lineups against each other, this game's going to be very tough.
Yeah, they went 1-1 with Falcons, Spirit, and Tundra in their group, right? Like, the best teams coming out of their group. There's a reason why they were in the top 4. It's because they beat everybody else and tied out with the best, so... It's just maybe a bit of a draft issue here.
Good luck to Matthew on his way out. Looks like he might just make it with all the stuns being expended AoE to kill off the spiders, so he'll be okay. But again, Sacred. I mean, okay, when Doom has this net worth, what do you think his win rate is? This hero plays so bad from behind.
It's really bad.
It's not great.
Probably like a 30%.
You think it's that high?
It might be lower, actually.
I don't know. Yeah. This score line for Doom 16 minutes into the game is far from inspiring. And what do you have to look forward to? So Tiny Blink obviously gives them some potential to get something done. Pyke is finishing his Echo, so BKB is next on the menu, and that's when his hero kind of unlocks in this game. So there's about a 4K to go for him, unless he, disassemble will make it a little bit faster.
I feel like Waska have to make it a mission to use this Tiny to clear out their triangle.
Yeah, I think so too.
If you have a Sven, and you're already behind like this, I feel like you cannot be giving up your ancient area.
I agree, 100%. They need it back. And there's 2 ways of doing it. They can smoke into the ancient area, deward it, and start just living there, or they can...
Oh, another missed hook shot from Yodomi, and he is dying so fast to the Broodmother. Sacred juking the Rolling Thunder a little bit. Matthew, not so much. Found the strike in from Crystallis, puts him in position to assist in getting 2 more kills. That's the initial pickoff on Clockwork. Yeah, watch.
They're doing him dirty with the replay as well. Oh, man.
Start the poll. Will Yodomi land a hook shot this game?
Oh, no. No.
He's right now 0-2.
Dark Mago will find Ducalis. Well,
can't even kill the support. Oh no, he's being body blocked. He can't get the toss to stop the TP away.
Yeah, Domi could range for the cogs, I think. It would have been close. He has the expended armature, but... Uh-oh, Pyke. He has already used his stun. Doesn't want a Mask of Madness to run, because then he just loses this fight way faster. Matthew's coming in for the save.
He's not strong enough to turn around on Crystallis.
Oh,
So
maybe.
maybe with the Purge slowing him down, but they had the Boundless Strike shard. That shard is so good. On a hero that is already so mobile, the one time you actually catch him and he can't jump to the trees, it's like, whoop, there he goes.
All right, 9 class Sacred together with no one. He just does not have a game on Doom. That's the end of it. There's just not much more to talk about with the Doom. This hero, when it's at this bad of a position, is going to be a total liability. And who's going to step up?
And 9 class has been getting these pickoffs without the Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Now he's got that initiation tool.
It's going to be very, very easy. The map is quite small here for Waska, because Brute just owns the lower half. Oh, if Pyke dies trying to farm mid as well. Oh,
Got Disruption to be able to save. Hookshot onto the Pango does land, stalling him up a little bit. Blocking him out with the cogs as well. Got him inside the Static Storm, but Pyke does manage to make it out of there. A jump in from Dark Mago does manage to kill the Disruptor with a bat. Doomed up. He's going to die as well. 2 pickoffs on supports. Can they fight it out against these cores, though? They're going to use the Purge. They're going for the Pango. Trying to finish him off, but Pyke just ran into an absolute massacre. They thought they actually, with the numbers advantage, could take the team fight. They were wrong.
Dark Mago.
He's got Soul Ring if he wants to throw some mana around, but yeah, Crystal still has his ult. Jeez.
He could have definitely killed Matthew as well if he jumped to that Boundless, but I mean,
14K up in 20 minutes. And again, without their Blink Daggers, Blink Dagger on Bat, Blink Dagger on Pango now, like the team fights are just becoming harder and harder for Waska to be able to execute.
good news for Waska is this is not a best of 1. You can make some adjustments. I really want to chalk this one largely up to the strategy phase. I think they put themselves in a very tough position and they had to overperform in lanes. That's never where you want to be at in modern Dota, that your lanes are on paper difficult and you have to solve it. But I also don't want to chalk it off as, or chalk it up to, okay, you just had bad lanes, that's it. Because I also think on top of it, they got outplayed.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole package of, this was a difficult draft to execute, the enemy team also outplayed you, and your team doesn't have a plan B. So it's very, very rough. All right, there was a clockwork there a moment ago.
Now gone. Dead and buried alongside Sacred. It's Parivision owning the map. They can go wherever they want, start any fights they want, push any towers that they want.
They don't like that wisdom, huh? That's another one they could have just taken.
They're too busy hunting heroes.
He'll be out. Good blink.
Radiant's top tower is
They
under
might just end up
attack.
getting it anyway. All of Waska are just cowering in fear in their base.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Sven is stuck in a corridor against a Pango. Not that it mattered too much. Crystallis is damaged by itself. And Dark Mago does manage to get the Wisdom Rune. Good for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So this brute fast is
Dire
just,
structures are fortified.
it just keeps reapplying
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
the spiders.
Dire's top tower.
What are you gonna do?
Well, Cap,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
we were back on schedule,
Radiant's bottom tower.
and if we weren't, we would have been now.
Static Storm
Somehow.
trying to cover no one. He does get doomed. He doesn't make it outside of the base. A toss together, that'll finish him off.
Okay. I take it back.
And they took that without the Sven up. Now that Sven is back into play.
Yeah, this is going to be a
They actually have a numbers advantage here. Low shot was already used. Oh, Cogs comes a little bit too late. He was just around the corner.
I did not think they were going to be able to find that just flat-out opening clean pick onto the Pango.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about how we were on track for a bit of an earlier day today. Yesterday went very, very late for the teams. I think the teams playing the 4th series would appreciate if this one didn't go the distance and overextend.
Yeah, I believe Blitz had a tweet about playing at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it was such a long day. Because our final series started an hour later because the previous series went so long. I mean, that's just what can happen, right? The series are...
Yep.
Scanning.
If they carry on into the starting set of the next one, obviously you're going to have to wait for that to finish. And I think the series that Blitz was referring to started at 10:30 instead of 9:30. And then on top of that, it was a 3-game series with one of the games going over an hour.
Yeah.
So it was just a very long night. But this series started on time at 6. And if this game is anything to go by, we might just stay on schedule for the 9:30 for the last one.
We'll see.
We'll see if Waska can turn this one around, or if not, then...
Nice use of the Hurricane. Oh, Yudomi.
Uh-oh.
Now 3 and 3 on the
they
hook
get the glimpse.
shot.
There's actually a big, small glimpse.
Sacred is dead, and the Rolling Thunder is still being disrupted. Tossed away from Dark Mago, tries to get Matthew to safety, turns around Disruption, and now the Demonic Purge on DM. DM's in big trouble. The Avalanche on 2. Crystal's going to try and hold the ground here with the Wukong's command. DM is going to be able to skitter away, and Pake is stuck. He gets tossed out of it. The kinetic field was holding him in place, and Dark Mago once again bailing out his teammates. This is why his Tiny is so good.
How many teammates has he saved this game on the Tiny?
Oh, he jumps in right before the Flame Break hits him, gets the toss back onto the Bat Rider, but at the same time, no one jumps in. They kill Pake. Once again, Pake is set up to hit heroes, but he gets hit back, and he immediately crumples under the assault from Parivision. Yudomi gets cleaned up by the spiders. And that will be a lane. Oh, the Boundless Strike right as he jumped in, too.
I think they would have killed him if they didn't glimpse, actually. But
Yeah.
he was trying to keep his teammates alive, but that was such a fast reaction from Crystallis that he got out anyway. Yeah, it's not looking great. There was a little bit of a glimmer of hope when they got that Doom kill on the Pango, but they couldn't convert it into more, and now we've seen just a delayed outcome of what I thought would happen one fight earlier, which is just a full-on overpowering of the Waska heroes and claiming that first lane. Roche is up for the taking if they want it. On Parivision, I don't think there's anything stopping them from just claiming that for free.
Is under attack.
This item from Dark Mago is close, though. The Conda maybe be a little bit of a help, but it's just, it feels like it's probably too little too late. Do you have enough damage to really burst heroes with this? Are you even going to get it? Oh, he did get it. Okay.
He did get it, but... So at least he won't lose very much gold.
Yeah, doesn't need to use the courier to deliver it. He'll get it nice and easy back in the fountain.
Looking at all the little silver linings.
Dire's middle tower is under
Hey,
attack.
another upside is they're not going to take any damage from Roshan
Yeah,
on Waska
that is true.
at all this game.
Yeah. Who knows? If he sent out the courier with his item, maybe it would have been killed on the way. But now he has it guaranteed.
True. That's true. That's a good point.
All right, who did he put the Aegis on? Probably Crystallis. He could put it on DM, but it's fine. Get that Monkey King into the fray.
Yeah, just let this Monkey King hit a Boundless Strike into their base and Wukong's command without fear, you know?
Yeah. 2 Blink Daggers picked up for Waska. See if that is going to make a difference with the Doom as well as Shadow Demon Blinks. This is an all-in, obviously.
Are scanning.
You've just invested 4,000 gold into...
They do manage to get the initiation, but it messes up the Avalanche at the same time, and Parivision is coming in hot. They've already taken down Matthew, and Pake is in big trouble. He has to pop his BKB to back away. DM is just being a nuisance, gobbling up the back line while the rest of the heroes focus on Pake. He's going to get glimpsed back. No, looks like his BKB was still up. Sacred, his own BKB, is trying to keep him alive. Dark Mago, he has no way out. Not like his other cores. At least he does manage to get a kill before he goes. The Conda hit from the tree finishes off the Bat Rider. But another lost team fight for Waska.
And Crystallis is, as prophesized, beyond godlike. 10, 0, and 12 on that safe lane Monkey King in a game that is just all too familiar for him. He has played this matchup 100 times. He has won it 95 of them.
And there is no more BKB on Pake now. When he comes back, he's going to be kinetic fielded and glimpsed, even if he could live out long enough. No one just killed.
Nice. God, I love they tipped him on his own team. We need more tips like that.
Fantastic.
That's flat out car crash in the enemy fountain. That was so terrible. My God. I love that.
Oh, God, Sacred.
Oh, no.
He jumps in, dooms a Broodmother, immediately dies. Another hook shot from Yudomi. We'll call that neither a hit nor a miss. Yeah, DM doesn't die.
Right, GG.
Nobody dies.
Please give us a quick replay of that drive-by. Please. He went in to order food in the Radiant Fountain, actually. So, All right, I'm sure we'll get
forever.
I promise I will cast with you on occasion. That's the best I can offer today.
It's good.
Not gonna lie to your face. I like you, Cap, so I'll tell you the truth. I'll be brutally honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you're a good guy.
Thanks.
I wish you all the best.
I wish you all
with
the best.
other people.
It sounds like we're breaking up.
All right, well, we're maybe breaking out into a fight.
That's right. Smoke, sneak around all the way, get vision up on the high ground, and wham! You got yourself a first blood. Just gonna take a little bit.
Yeah.
But they'll get there.
Yeah.
They're definitely getting this first blood. 100%. 1,000% Syndra, they are getting this first blood. They got it. I told you. God,
I actually think if 9 class hadn't turned around to throw the blood grenade, he would have got first blood.
I think so too, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that move to try to get that kill credit ended up costing them more than it gave them. But
that ended up terrible. Okay, so two of the heroes.
Wait, how did 3 die?
Oh, no. 2 of the heroes died to tower. Nick's assassin killed himself on the tower, and I think the gyrocopter took enough damage that he also wanted to die to the tower because it ended up good.
Yeah, and who was the
He ended up going to the Dark Willow because that was the last he did damage to.
Oh, where did Sacred die? The Death Prophet, where did he die? Where did their Domi die? What's happening? They're all just running at towers.
He died to the tier 2 tower.
I mean, this one was he was probably low resources, right? From the previous. Okay. I think this is how I envisioned the very first version of OpenAI. You put these bots in the game that have never played before, and they don't know the rules. They just take their hero and they run down the lane and die to tower. That's what I feel like just happened. We had 3 heroes die to towers in the first 30 seconds, literally just running. We're walking it down, guys. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't great. And then you make the adjustments, you know?
Okay, but they got first blood.
They did. They sure. I can't believe it's 4-1, and I feel like I've seen 1 kill. Oh man, that's funny. All right, let's have a look at the theoretical lane matchups here. So, the Quap versus Monkey should be Quap favored. I think Monkey actually fares quite well in the very early stage, and then it gets harder and harder as Queen gets a couple of levels. But for now, no one is doing quite fine there. The bottom lane, Clock Gyro. It's hard to ever not favor this lane. And I do think against Willow Beastmaster, probably advantage for them. Flak Cannon is very, very good against Beast. It's a classic counter pick to the summons. And then finally in the top lane, the Death Prophet, I'm a little bit less certain about just how this DP Nyx lane is supposed to go on paper against Morph Pugna. But I feel like, in my mind, these heroes don't threaten Morph. So I would like to give Crystallis the advantage here. Not that they're necessarily going to flat out win the lane, but in my mind, Morphling drawing the lane is usually a win for the overall strategy of the game. So I don't see that not happening for Parivision. So that should be their best lane. Oh, Matthews actually.
Their turnaround throw
serious
is done.
trouble
Takes
here.
some more damage as a result, and
He's
I think
dead.
Callis has this in the bag. A 5th kill for Parivision. I think the most interesting hero in this game is the Death Prophet.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel about Death Prophet right now? Because when they brought in this new facet, I was like, oh, that facet is broken. Maybe Death Prophet will be good.
Yeah, I thought on paper it was, when I went through the changelog when all the facets got introduced, I thought this was going to be top 5 best facet in the whole game. So it's the one where you take delayed damage. Was it called Morning Ritual? Yeah. So you're taking delayed damage based on the level of your ult, which means that you're effectively just getting tankiness on a hero that constantly regens from Spirit Siphon, so it should just be harder to kill. But that's the interesting thing about when you introduce a system like Facets, is you look at individual heroes and you're like, wow, this hero's going to be insane, but then you forget as part of the equation, well, the other heroes also got stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe the stuff that they got is going to be damage that kind of corresponds to these Facets to an extent, at least. It's a little bit of a trade-off here, but Crystallis, not the best hero for Death Prophet to drain against either, because he has such a bad health pool.
Yeah.
But either way.
I'm very interested to see what items the Death Prophet goes for. Like, are we going to go, like Greaves build up? Are we going to 9 class?
Oh,
Black Cannon shots and the missile will finish him off. That'll be a nice pickup for Waska in the bottom lane. I think they could use some additional lockdown. So I think Rod of Atos would be interesting. And also it's a good Vessel game because you have Pugna, Monkey King, and Morphling.
Yep. I mean, you're a much bigger Death Prophet player than I am, and you like playing it offlane, right? So I think you have a decent chunk of games on this hero.
Yeah.
Is what at least I remember seeing you play it a good chunk. So this is definitely not one of my most played heroes, but I do like it too. And I think based on my limited experience, which we're going to go a little bit off our own experience because we haven't seen it so much in Pro recently that there isn't like a defined meta way of playing this. I think out of all the suggestions you gave, I kind of like the Vessel the most, but I'm just a little bit worried about how narrow the window is of it being relevant. I don't fancy the Atos so much. I think there's something better than... There's something... If we don't like Vessel the best, there's still something else that is better than Atos, if that makes sense.
Sure.
But I'm not quite sure what it is. He's going Arcanes and Windlays for now, which is pretty standard.
So are you good with like a mech? Greaves built up into
Greaves could be
general
okay.
war items?
Yeah. Greaves could be fine. Trying to see here. Can Death Prophet ever buy Crimson? Because it's actually pretty good this game.
I mean...
Is that a thing?
I don't think that's the worst idea. I mean, especially now that Crimson is based off of
Health
HP,
rather than
not strength, right?
Yep.
I mean, she's a hero that likes to build, you know, those soul booster items.
We'll see. He's doing fine for now, at least, in the lane, so he should be getting towards something meaningful. Another option is to buy Drum.
Yep. Always.
Nice cost-efficient item for Death Prophet. The move speed is extremely valuable for this hero, but a lot of the time I think you want maybe your 5 clock to buy this item. Potentially, Nyx will definitely not be buying it. I think Matthew will not... He'll be aiming for either a Dagon so that he can just kill Pugna all game, or angling for a mobility item. Force Staff is going to be important here when you're playing against the Monkey King ult, I think, in this particular game. You don't have any displacement or saves in your team.
I hope he goes Dagon, man. Morphling and Pugna, I feel like it is a pretty valuable Dagon game, and it's always good for Nyx. Yudomi,
Yudomi, that's greedy.
For the Lotus and will die.
Oh dear, that was very greedy.
Dark Mago does have Blink. No one's going to get on top of him here. No one does get the Jingu stacks, and Ducalis is there on the other side to help deliver an extra bit of damage. Here comes Matthew, we got the final swing in. That did so much damage.
Melee hero, by the way.
Just threw his staff at him.
500 range. All right. Now, Monkey should be able to do that. I think every melee hero should have a sub-ability so they can throw their weapon, but then they have to go and pick it up again before they can attack. What do you think?
I always forget. Did you play much on?
No.
Okay, there was their version of Quelling Blade let you. They had an activated where you could do a ranged.
Oh, really?
Ranged attack with the Quelling Blade.
There is no original thought in the world, is there? Ducalis, he is not going to get this Wisdom Rune, but it's a nice attempt. He will back off at the right time, though, but just before he gets in touch with the clockwork. So
Matthew is a little sandwich here, but he doesn't. He does have Dark Mago behind him, and then the 2 other heroes that were on the Wisdom Rune to help get this kill on Ducalis.
No one's just watching.
Just watches the whole way through.
Couldn't really have done anything. He would just have given away his own position, but he's just going to let him die there.
Sicko, watching his allies die like that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing in this game that did not go as expected. Mid lane.
Yes.
Dark Mago level 5, no one level 7. They need to solve this problem.
They do manage to hit him with the Impale Sonic Wave, committed, but no one is still alive, and he's decently healthy. I don't think he's taken out to the dagger. 9 class, he'll Shadow Realm back off.
Ugh.
Rough. It's a rough situation. Sonic Wave to use for nothing.
Oh,
maybe they can get Power Rune, though?
So Beastmaster and Monkey King have won their lanes. That is...
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're just old-fashioned to think these matchups go the way that they do. Nice deny there on the rune. I thought that was going to be picked by Clock, but... how does Beast win this lane so convincingly against Gyro Clock?
Axe build, it looks like. 3 levels of Axe is what he went for.
Yeah.
Pake is going to drop his ult here. It's a really good one, and he does have the facet for the secondary strikes. A Cogs push onto the Monkey King. He's getting knocked around a little bit. Sacred shows up, but there's a lot of heroes here. He's slowed down by the Decrepify as well. Yudomi trying to get away. The Monkey King is going to jump on a Pake, and finally they finish off the Gyrocopter, chasing after Yudomi now with the axes and everything else. He is surely screwed here.
Well, he could make a cute play here with some Cogs. Or just
axes to cut down the trees. Don't
just run off.
Okay, he's good.
Tower is
Cool.
under attack.
He'll live. But yeah, this is concerning because we were expecting a much more even game than game number 1. But if the early stages of the game go this much better for Parivision than for Waska, it's a little bit worrisome with how good of a Morphling game this will turn into eventually. This is the stage of the game that Waska is meant to take some control in with their heroes. This is when they want to use the DP ulti and the Sonic Wave to find kills and win team fights and to get this bit of a structural advantage.
Didn't Brian say something about, like, you really have to make sure you win the lanes with this lineup of Waska?
Yeah, pretty much.
And didn't do that. So it's GG.
Pack it up.
Back it up, boys. We're not here. They are going to be
They'll
able
get
to
the tower. That's good.
Exorcism does its work.
That is good.
Middle tower
But yeah, it's
is
still... I feel like there's something to be learned from this replay. I wasn't watching it too closely of how Beastmaster won that lane that handily against Gyro. That's very surprising to me. Clockwork and net.
Good attempt, Yudomi. He
Got it.
does manage to get the kill, so trade it out. And thank goodness, too, because he could use some experience, Sindarin.
Oh no.
It's a little late in the game already, and we don't have level 6 yet.
I admire Yudomi for picking Clockwork again after that last game.
seriously.
He had a terrible last game. He missed almost all of his hook shots, and he's like, I'll run it back. I can do better. Unfortunately, once again, his level 6 will be quite a late one by the looks of it. 10 minutes in, he's not even remotely close. But of course, that kill, like you said, did help a little bit, but he's still full level to go, so we're probably looking at like 12 to 13 minutes again. Last game, he got it minute 14 from the Wisdom Rune, right?
Yeah.
I think.
That sounds about.
They do have the 6 on Matthew, though, and I would say if I could pick either of these two heroes to get the faster 6, I would like it on Nyx this game.
Sure.
Makes it way easier for Clockwork, for the Quap to find kills. These two heroes together can kill any hero on the map. You can also set up Death Prophet for some success.
I wonder how much slower the Morphling farms on average just when a Nyx Assassin is in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like he always has to maintain a certain level of HP.
This is a good vendetta.
Ooh, that's a fat stack.
He is... This vendetta will last long. Oh no, he needs to not walk into that though. But if he takes away like half or a third of this...
Oh, nice job cutting down the tree. Unfortunately, Sacred, he's not strong enough to punish there, but he at least won't die.
Oh, I guess... Oh.
Oh,
Oh, he might just kill him.
Oh, yeah. He might just... If he gets
Oh, he
one of
walked
those
into the
Carapace,
sentry.
no, he doesn't get him. But still, he hits out a stun. The Sonic Wave cleans it up. 9 class is going to die as well. They get these 2 kills, clean up a couple of the neutrals, and get away. That is highway robbery for Waska.
Massive. Quap's back in the game off that one play.
Yeah.
She got like... How much gold did she get for that? Check. 730.
That's a lot.
That is a ton of gold at this point in the game.
And a tower as well.
Yep. Still, Beastmaster is the big breadwinner, but that was a decent amount of recovery for Waska's side, and that was very important before this was starting to get out of control.
Sacred did end up going Greaves build. He also thought about drums.
He's gonna just neck and walk it off.
Looks like they might still be able to... Oh. Panic, panic, panic.
Thank you for the voice line.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think that's already a voice line.
Yeah, it's a similar one, actually. You're right. What do you think about Morphling's choices this game? So the panel was talking about, I mean, the obvious one is Gyro. Miro was mentioning turning into Nyx in some early fights to find kills. I think you shouldn't underestimate turning into Death Prophet.
Agreed.
I think that's a really good target. So yes, it's always nice as Morph when you have multiple options, because it means that whatever archetype of fight develops, if there's a fight where Gyro's dead, it's not like, oh, all my options suck or whatever. He has plenty of good choices here of playmaking. Even the Quap is nice. You just get Blink. So
I think turning into heroes with charges on their abilities is always a little broken.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm down with the Death Prophet for a lot of these early fights. You waveform in, you throw out 3 Spirit Siphons, and then you silence. Like, oh, that's got to be a one-team fight, right?
Yeah, and if nothing else, the enemy team probably can't kill you.
Sure.
While the Siphons are running, so you're getting all the information for free. Nice find here from Waska. Not going to be able to get terrorized off against the Battery Assault. Too long animation.
Do the Battery Assault dance.
Yep.
You just do the same animation over and over again.
There's something really satisfying about forcing that out of heroes on Clockwork.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
I think my favorite used to be doing it against Jakiro, who's trying to cast Ice Path for like 10 seconds and just can't do it. But I think the cast points of Jakiro got improved at some point, and I actually think you can cast some of the spells now.
Yeah.
But Jakiro genuinely used to just be unplayable when you were cogged.
My favorite is Earthshaker, where
that one's good.
Yeah, totem and he just keeps on, trying to slam down.
Yeah, that one's good. Shaker was always able to cast at least one spell, though.
True.
I guess maybe Jakiro could always cast Macro, now that I think about it. Maybe that's a bit faster. Nice find here on Dark Mago.
Bramble into Roar.
Blown up. I don't even know if they needed the Roar. He died so quick.
He really did. Matthew is going to set up on the kill for DM, though. With the Exorcism out, a nice hook shot in. It looks like the Beastmaster is already done. And Sacred can look for more. He's got to be a bit careful. He's taking a lot of damage, and no one still in the area. Nope, they spotted him. Got him the Rocket Flare. Of course, they knew he was there, but they actually had vision for some damage to go on to no one.
Nice counterplay from Waska there. It's going to cost them Exo, which sucks, but at the same time, they've already taken 3 tier 1s, so this Exo isn't that important for pushing right now. I think they've opened up the map enough that they can use it for team fights, and trading the Beastmaster for Quap is actually good for them. The Beast is the top net worth in the game. He's really running the show, and just getting a couple picks on him is very, very nice. Parivision, they will get vision.
Hey, he's got a ton of resources on this Death Prophet. This is not an easy kill at all. He's got a upgraded Lotus here.
They call off that play.
Battery
and
Assault.
Battery will get him.
Found him. And Greaves complete for Sacred. He's going to go Pipe next.
Okay, so full-on auras. I was debating that when I was talking about the Crimson, whether the Pipe is good enough this game. Nice sidestep there from no one. Will dodge the hook shot. I'm not sure what to make of the Pipe, if I actually think it's worth it or not.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on that. Oh, good pickup for Matthew. If he's able to finish him off. Yudomi, get him with the cogs. Get him with the cogs. Got him with the cogs. Goal!
Oh, dude, that was really nice. Wow, I had him out for sure.
Dude, Yudomi makes up for game 1.
That one play was better than his first game combined.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Interpret that how you will, but this is sexy. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice.
The knocking down the tree and the cog burn.
Clean. It's so satisfying. There's always, in video games since forever, it's always satisfying to hit something blind. But that one has got to be one of the best ones. Hitting a hero blind with the cogs as they're jumping away in the trees. What a nice snipe. Okay, well, Waska for the first time in the game have an insignificant gold lead, but a gold lead nonetheless. And no one has fallen off the perch, you could say. He's down to 6th on the net worth on the Monkey King after crushing Quap's early game. All of a sudden, things are looking way healthier now for Dark Mago.
Do you know the childhood rhyme about the monkeys jumping on the bed?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
We have different ones in Denmark.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's about wolves eating sheep. We learn young the ruthlessness of the world.
Savage.
I actually don't remember any nursery rhymes, I think.
Don't go outside, little sheep. Get eaten by the wolf.
That's a good thing to teach kids. Don't go outside.
Don't go
Not
outside.
worth it.
Stay inside and play video games.
Yes.
That's what I've learned.
Hell yeah.
That's what the Scandinavians do.
Honestly, not a bad take. We need more nursery rhymes that are pro video games. That's good.
Double damage.
Matthew is on the hunt once again. Hookshot lands up at top. Win for no one, but the neutral creeps stop him from being able to get the battery assault, stopping the Wukong's command. It goes off, and now
that's a nasty Sonic.
Nice Sonic wave, but the Quap is almost dead for it. Just mentioned, oh, Daggett, never mind. Heals up a little bit off of that kill, too. Okay.
Really nice individual plays there. Nice find first by the clock. Nice counterplay by no one to get the ulti off, recognizing that he's able to next to the creep camp. And then a beautiful Sonic wave from Dark Mago stops that from becoming a flat-out Parivision win.
Dude, Dark Mago, did he get so low because the Pugna Ward and just Masochist? Like, whenever he casts spells, he's taking a ton of damage.
I think it was a big part of it, for sure.
He's got to be real careful with that.
Actually can't finish the tower here. Yadomi is starting to look for an angle. And Sacred, as well as Dark Mago, is smoked around the side. This could get really interesting. There's no Willow here.
Yeah, they've got the Exorcism. They want to fight this.
It's a 5-on-4
take
situation.
This. If they just have the vision to be able to get these situations, they got him!
Yadomi, God!
Yadomi throws out another cog, doesn't actually, spots Chrysalis, but they're going to chase after Ducalis. Never mind, they see Chrysalis, all in on Chrysalis.
They have hook
He's
shot.
got a hook shot. Oh, if he lands this hook shot, if he stops Chrysalis, they're not going to go for it.
They want to get Roche instead. They have
That's
Exo,
fair.
maybe. They don't have time, though. Do they? 30 seconds? If there's any stalling from Parivision whatsoever, but I guess they're not ready, so they might just get away with this. I guess they'll actually have 10 seconds to spare. They're actually quite fast. I mean, Exo has always been good at this, but after some buffs to Roshan and you don't see DP so much, you're not like fully confident how long it takes, but they had, what's that, 8 seconds to spare? Not bad. But the fight, though!
They strike on to 3 with the Wukong's command. They're all stuck inside. Sacred can't get out, nor can Matthew. It's full retreat. It's full retreat for Waska. Anybody who can TP away should do so.
They were taking
Just 2 of them.
It's very good for them that Aegis was on Quap. If it was on Gyro, it was just down the drain instantly.
True.
So yeah, I had my doubts about whether they could make it in time, and they could, but the counterplay... Fortunately for Waska, it arrives 3 seconds late. Otherwise, they lose everything there. They were not in any fighting shape. The position is extremely compromised against the Monkey King and the Willow setup.
You know what's funny is I think both Pig and Dark Mago clicked for it, because I saw the Gyro kind of do that, like stutter step forward.
Oh, were they both trying to get it?
I think so. So it's a good thing Dark Mago, I clicked him.
Yep.
Aghanim Scepter is done for the Gyrocopter. So he is getting a decent amount of farm. He is very neck and neck with the Morphling overall. Not that much matchup is too fun for you, but...
That's a little bit surprising. Maybe could have seen a little more net worth out of Chrysalis in this one. Well,
Chrysalis
maybe generate some now.
Cool play.
Not enough.
Tried to sneak a kill on the mixed assassin by turning into him, quickly impaling.
Not enough, though. They'll get the tower, though. Yeah, Chrysalis is making some good progression. Could have maybe expected him to be a little bit higher with how the Beastmaster beat out the Gyro, but at least last couple of team fights that went quite well for Waska have equalized things.
Yeah, 2 games now where DM is his net worth has been off the charts.
Yeah, he is farmed. He was #1 net worth in the Brute game, and in this game on Beast, he's well ahead of the pack. Very early pipe here with the Overlord, so the coming 5 minutes, Waska's team fights are going to be a ton harder. They are, I want to say at this point, probably about 50-50 magical physical damage when you consider Exo and Gyro part of the equation. So if any of those heroes isn't dealing meaningful physical damage, then suddenly the pipe's like 75-25. So a ton of value blocking all this magic damage right now. Definitely on the defensive, Waska, struggling a bit.
Yeah, it's just constant pressure from Parivision on towers.
Currently minus 4,000 after they picked up the Aegis hook shot.
All right, pulls him in.
Well, Sonic him.
And chase after.
Oh, that was a gem kill. That's really good.
Oh, yeah. They're going to pick up both supports and a gem. Maybe even a help a Dom creep. Go for the Beastmaster. Turn around, roars up the clock where Chrysalis is on the high ground. He's going to jump down, wait for him, and finish off the clock. Now he turns his attention to the Queen of Pain.
I think he could have killed Quap. He had more Freddy.
Yeah,
if he just turns into Queen there, gets the blink, and chases her down, maybe there's a play there. They're going to try for it anyway, but this time it's onto the DP.
Go after Sacred. He's got some magic wand charges. Looks like he's going to live through the initiation, and what a misread from Parivision. That went terrible. They almost got wiped there. The Beastmaster barely makes it out before Udomi can hit him with the cogs or the battery assault. They'll clean up the Pugna at the end of it. That was a dieback for Ducalis.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so the go that we both saw there on the Quap, they didn't go for that one. And then instead, no one forced a deeper one afterwards onto the DP. You better have the damage to kill this hero when you commit in that hard, or you're just completely ruining your own fight. Like Morphling,
Dire's middle tower
you're just
is under
waveforming
attack.
on top of the entire enemy team. If you don't kill that hero that you're going for, it's not going to end well. How many of the Gyro games have we seen Maelstrom?
Yeah, it's been a lot of Chrysalises for the last couple of months.
This one stands out to me a little bit. I wonder what his reasoning is.
I like it, right? High armor, Morphling, high armor,
Yeah.
Monkey King.
It might just be that he just wants something to pierce armor and that's it. Because farming speed-wise, I don't think Maelstrom and Gyro is really faster than the other approach.
No,
Just Axe Chrysalis, I think they're probably like somewhat even. But the reason you like going for the other build-up path more is that ultimately, later in the game, you don't really like having the Maelstrom and Gyro. You'd rather just have another item in the slot.
True.
So if you end up having to sell it, you've just wasted like 1,500 gold. But yeah, in this case, for the fights early, gives him some more damage. It's a little bit of more residual random damage in the fight that can pierce Decrepify, and like you said, Monkey King and Morph. So that's got to be it.
But you
Oh, he
better
wants
take advantage.
He's finishing the whole Mjolnir, though.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
not expecting that. It's in his quick buy, at least.
I mean, that'll be interesting.
How good is that defensively? Like, how much is it going to proc here? I guess it's good against the Morph with Manta.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, there's the random
Wukong's
instances
command?
of damage, like Wukong's command.
Okay. Guess the Wukong thing could be a little bit weird, though, because it doesn't matter if it procs if there's no one around to hear it, right?
True.
So in that Wukong's arena, a lot of the time it's just the MK who's next to it. But I guess then MK will take a little more. Man, this Quap has recovered so well. Shiva's guard now complete on Dark Mago.
What do you think about Queen of Pain late game? Do you think this hero is really strong?
Really strong.
Okay.
Yeah. When it's maxed out, I think it's one of the best mid lane heroes in Dota. When you get the whole package with like double Sonic Wave and you have Ags, the amount of you just look at a team fight breakdown after it happened, you're like, oh, okay. It turns out Quap did 12,000 damage there. Good jump.
Barely manages to get away. They are pulling back. Sonic Wave, no one goes in with the Boundless Strike. A force staffed up to the high ground. Nyx Assassin is trying to get away. Looks like he's good for now. A beautiful Gyrocopter ultimate. Tons of damage, and now the initiation from Udomi. Cleans up both the Monkey King and that pickup on the Dark Willow. Chrysalis fighting for his life, though. Turns into the Gyrocopter, does what damage he can back out there, and now makes a run for it. With Speed KB lingering, he needs to waveform away before Matthew catches up to him. Looks like he is good to retreat, but a 1-for-2 in the end. Waska still grinding out victories in team fights.
Yeah, it's showcasing a little bit what the panel was talking about with lack of lockdown and how difficult it is for Parivision, right? Because the Monkey King makes a really nice escape move from the beginning of the fight, and then when he reinitiates with his shard into ult, there's no follow-up. The other heroes just don't get there.
Yeah.
And I feel like there has to have been an angle there for DM with his dagger. I don't know how... Did they immediately roar? Was it just like a clutch force staff? Because I did see there was a force staff on the first hero. Like, Nyx just forced himself out of the ring. But you can't help but think...
Oh, he force staffed out of the dust AoE. He did not get tagged by that.
What a gamer.
That was sick. Mjolnir is done. That last team fight, by the way, Pugna did 3,200 damage. He was the highest damage dealer for Parivision. And again, how much of that is just the Nether Ward? I feel like it's a healthy amount.
Almost all of it.
Yeah,
I don't think Ducalis really cast a blast there. Maybe one. He didn't drain anyone, I think. Oh, there's the roar. Quick carapace, though.
Lands onto the Monkey King at the same time. If they trade out Nyx for... Oh, no one got out the
Nice
BKB
save.
and drained up to full health. So he's good to go.
That's such a good call down. Oh my god, that completely repels them.
He just keeps on landing fantastic cooldowns.
Ducalis, this is awkward. He was stuck up on the high ground after force staffing, but nobody could chase him, so he'll get to the jungle. Yeah, this is what we were expecting compared to Game 1. Right? I feel like Game 1 was a bit of a misleading story about the power level of the teams, and this one is much closer. It's like anyone's game if they can execute.
Okay, so we have been just grinding team fights back and forth, 1 for 2, 2 for 1, one-man pick off, and retreat. It's a pretty even game as a result.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that favors one team or the other?
I like
that
Parivision's odds better just
Yeah.
because of the... I think Morphling has a tendency to take over these kind of games, but it always comes with an asterisk when you're against Nyx. Like, this hero late game is a beast.
Yeah.
Just finding angles. It's not even about his ability to solo kill. I really like, by the way, Matthew's choice this game of getting level 1 Dagon and not upgrading it, but looking for utility items, because I think it's the right read on the game that you want to get in, you want to get a meaningful burst, but you don't want to all in your hero on 1 kill and then just die. The Force Staff I was talking about earlier, how good it is this game, and I really like that he opted to go back for that following the Dagon. But yeah, he can be the X factor later in this game. He can find Monkey King at a random spot and get a man advantage for his team. He can kill the Morphling out somewhere together with Quap. There's always going to be that risk in Chrysalis's in the back of his mind that those two heroes, I think until this game is over, they can team up and kill him 2v1 before he gets anything off.
I'm with you on that. The matchup wise, I feel like especially because you went the Mjolnir build on the Gyrocopter, you should be winning fights right now.
Yeah.
And every single fight that they don't actually win, or even if they just trade out heroes, I feel like it's a little bad for them. But then at the same time, Quap is crazy good when it's, comes to scaling up late game, and so it's not like Gyro's alone in this matchup against the Morphling.
There's tons of potential. I'm not giving either team a big edge. I think even, let's say all the heroes in some world, all cores get 6 slotted. I still don't know who I favor clearly. I think slightly, again, Parivision, but it's not by a margin that is going to cover a lot of execution errors.
You said Crimson Guard is really good this game. Yodomi agrees. He's going to go back for a Crimson on Clockwork.
All right. It's actually an interesting solution to Morph as well, because he knows Morph will turn into Gyro later.
Sure.
So now he has the Crimson against arguably his own hero.
Yeah.
Or his own teammate's hero, rather. Building up. It's a big item completed here for no one. This really transforms Monkey King. Getting that Gleipnir, allowing you to set up your Wukong's command. It allows people to stay in the Wukong's command if you've cast that first. You can chain. It just gives so much utility to what way you order your spells. The sequencing.
And helps with a bit of that lockdown problem.
Yeah, that's true. Both teams had it a little bit earlier on, but I think more so Parivision. A nice rocket flare. Can he get the hook shot? Yes!
Still did him! Oh, he already jumped. He was midway through the air, I guess. That's all. It was so
Dude, I love science. That's it.
Okay. I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
How do you think that would work in real life? There's somebody jumping, and then you just throw a hook at their feet. Do you think they finish the jump?
No.
What do you think? I'm pretty sure they fall over.
I think they
but,
slam down in the ground and instantly die.
Probably not great, but...
These are supernatural beings, though.
Yeah.
And we have a big item that counters one of them. Sacred is going to get a Lotus soon.
Yeah.
That is going to be very helpful. Protecting this Gyrocopter. Yodomi in a bit of trouble. He is dead already. Now they've got the roar into the Wukong's command. The Gyrocopter is in trouble. He's going to come back inside of a Wukong's command. Can Waska do anything about this? Bake? They get out the Gyrocopter flat cannon shots from Chrysalis. That does some damage. They've already killed the Gyro. Now they're going to catch more. They've got the Quap too. The terrorized lands. Waska, a slip up in their formation, and Parivision take full advantage of it.
Yeah, that's what's so scary about a game like this. Is just one moment of opportunity. You're losing a lane now, minimum. Yep. 50 seconds on 2 cores. Parivision's lineup pushes stupidly hard. Might even find... Oh, that's a good Bramble.
It is. Sacred.
He's taking the stun.
Stunned, and he's kind of stuck in some Bramble situations here. Brambled again. He's dead as well.
That's 3 dead cores. Okay,
it's cutting the wave. If the glyph could kill the creeps, then maybe they could keep some of these buildings alive.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Looks like
They
the
still have
creep wave
creeps
did
in the
not
base.
die,
This is two
so-
lanes.
Has fallen.
The game might have just
Yeah.
not fully been decided, but this is a huge dent. That graph is going to look
Radiant
real
structures
great when
are
they're done with this for the side of
Radiant's
Parivision.
bottom barracks are under attack.
Two lanes now being claimed.
Parivision just so decisive.
Has fallen.
Yeah.
They saw an opportunity, they all in on it, and they are quickly rewarded. The Daedalus, that's going to be a little bit delayed there for Crystallis, but they clearly don't need it to win fights.
He doesn't get to evolve just yet.
Magikarp to
From Crystallis to Daedalus.
True. I was thinking of his watery hero.
Keep thinking about it. Sacred will grab a shard, so now he has... Hey, there's some CC.
Yeah.
Fucking fair. It's something.
It's something. Gonna need a whole lot more than just something. A pick off on Monkey King would be
Okay.
pretty sick. Yodomi might find it.
Oh, he's...
Yodomi.
Yep. Yep.
Yodomi, hook shot in. It didn't. It hit the neutrals, and no one just pops BKB and boundless strikes away.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. It's one of those situations where I totally get why he went for it, but with our vision and our perspective, that was 100% a kill if he let Nyx start.
Yeah.
But you don't really, or rather, if he waited a little bit longer, so the first creep dies. But with the players' perspectives and how stressful that situation is, you just go for it. And to be fair, that was kind of just unlucky, really, that somehow wasn't in range for the stun effect.
I don't know how the AoE didn't hit him.
Yeah.
Nullifier
Need to buff
for the
clock.
monkey.
Buff, clock.
Buff, clock.
Buff, clock.
It's one of the funnest heroes in Dota.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Are you a fan of the other hookers as well? Pudge.
I was like, I'm not going to answer that question, but... What the hell?
Are you a Pudge fan? That's all I was asking.
Yes, I am. Yeah, Pudge is also
Let's
one of my
buff
favorite
Pudge,
heroes. Yeah. I agree. I mean, that one I'm serious about. Clockwork does not need a buff.
No.
But buffing Pudge would be fine. For sure. He could use a little love. I think it's good for Dota when Pudge is viable in pro. You just need to tread this thin line of making too good in pubs at the same time. At the same
is
time, though, if the most popular hero of all time is a bit good, is that a problem? Just ban it, lol. Uh-oh. Dark Mago gets the counterplay.
BKB. Matthew gets nullified, but no one isn't able to finish the job, and now he's stuck inside the Cogs. He has to Wukong's command. Sonic Wave trying to blow him up, but he gets saved. Decrepify. No, he doesn't get saved. He still takes out to the magic damage that came in. And now that the Monkey King is dead, Waska feeling confident. Pushing forward, hoping to find more. Parivision are going to stay up in this high ground. Matthew's going to walk right into him. Spike Carapace tries to go for the hit. Doesn't kill the Dark Willow fast enough. His teammates will try,
nice
but no. Yule's into a blink backwards.
There's the
This is not
Daedalus.
a good situation. This is getting a little awkward now. Crystallis starts pushing forward with his Daedalus, starts leaning into the Death Prophet. Crystallis, oh, the flat cannon shots. It overwhelms the Death Prophet, gets some good damage on some of the backline.
Oh, and Matthew with a late buyback. This one does nothing, actually. So he's just throwing his life away. Maybe it dissuaded them from chasing further, who knows, but... Yeah, what an awkward situation. The first kill onto no one was particularly strange because it felt like neither team had vision. So it's just such a strange position for all of them to be in. They're kind of playing a guessing game with where are the other heroes, what's coming our way.
I will lie. That was
And in that mess, they do find the no one kill, and I completely understand them chasing for more, but just got very counterplay. I think 9 Class has played a really sick game on Willow, I have to say.
Yeah, he has. Nine Class has had great performances, I think, this year.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe some of it was just powered up by the fact that he didn't get to go to TI. Missed his
Radiant's top
opportunity
tower is
to,
under attack.
show off that performance with that Tundra squad.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely still got it. He didn't fall off in 1 week. Matthew will back off.
Skitter away.
Quick reaction there. Not like Pugno's going to do much to him, but you never know who else is there. And this is a very decisive or deciding moment. If there's a couple of heroes on Waska without buyback. If they find one of those to open up the fight, the game is kind of in major trouble. As a matter of fact, they have 0 buybacks? Oh dear. I thought maybe some of them had on gold, but no.
If Waska manages to win a fight, or even just get a pick off or 2,
They could get Roche.
they could get Roche.
Could swing things.
And you could see the Rocket Flares constantly scouting the pit, making sure Parivision isn't doing it right now. Parivision will push in the top lane, take this tier 2. I assume eventually they go back to do it.
Yeah, the safe and solid play here is just to kill Roche. And if the enemy team comes and tries to fight you, fortunately you have Shield Rune on a hero that it's very fair on in the Morphling, who just morphs up to max strength, then picks up the rune and then goes back to Agi, and therefore has a barrier that's 1.5 times his health.
Very cool.
Actually, in this case, it's only 1-to-1, I suppose. Nope, there we go. Now we're back to normal. Yeah, cool stuff.
That's so dumb.
Roche is dead. Very quickly. That was not about the shield rune, though. Here comes the rocket. Oh, almost stole it. Off by 4 seconds, and it would have done 50 damage. That's really lucky.
Aghanim Scepter for the monkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they did not give him the Aegis. I actually think that would have been better than Morph. Just so they could send no one in. You take advantage of that Ags to start taking zone control, and if they go on him, they know he has the second life. Alternatively, I mean, whatever. It's kind of the same thing, right? Now Morph is just gonna hit the tower.
Yeah, Morphling's just gonna go and
Both
force
are
megas.
fine. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of, is Morph really likely to die if he is not sieging?
Oh, got him with the Yules.
He does not have buyback. This is really, really important to get this kill. Okay, well, 80 seconds, 5v4, and oh, look at that.
Okay, the Courier's going out for the Divine Rapier right now, but if they lose everybody else, then there's not much point of it. It's coming back now. Divine Rapier for the Gyrocopter. Let's see if he can hold this.
He doesn't have crit, though, because he went for the Mjolnir.
True.
So this, while this does hit hard, it's not the absolutely overwhelming, unhealable damage.
And the Wukong's command already out preemptively, saying, we're going to take the Megas, you're not going to be able to stop us. And the fight afterwards, the Boundless Strike on it too. Okay, BKB got roared up. He doesn't get any shots down with the, the Divine Rapiers for nothing. All that damage, but nothing to stop the stuns. And as a result, Parivision will take a game 2.